Hey guys, it's Casey posting a video today. I want to apologize for the delay. Everybody's actually been sick with a cold, and so pretty much haven't been able to make videos. Somebody had actually said something about they wanted me to make a video about some of the stuff that me and my husband face as being an interracial couple. And when I was asked that, there was actually two stories that came to mind. The very first one was last year when I moved down here. We were walking out of Walmart, and my husband was carrying one of the kids. And he was just a little ways in front of me, and I was walking behind him, and I had a gentleman come up to me, and he's like, "Is that your husband?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's my husband." And he's like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I was going to call the cops." Because keep in mind that I do have 4 children from a previous relationship. They are white. And he's like, "I am so sorry." And I was like, "You don't need to apologize to me." I was like, "You need to apologize to him." And that kind of blew my mind, especially living in the city that we live in, because the population's what, over 1 million? Yeah, over 1 million people. So you would think there would be more people that would be more accepting of interracial dating. But obviously in this case there wasn't. So the gentleman actually did go up to my husband and actually apologized to him. Do you have anything to say?
I was really confused on that because just kind of like she was saying, was that I felt that we as a society have gotten past things like that. Well, at least where we live at, but apparently that's still a big thing. So it's not like I was doing anything strange, like I was trying to steal her or anything like that. Just walking with my stepdaughter and going to the car ahead of her, which is the mom and whatnot, and that's what happened. So it was.
How did it make you feel about the situation?
I felt like I said, I felt really confused at first, but then I can try to. Well, see, I can try to give him I could try to give him the benefit of the doubt, but just trying to keep race out of it or whatnot. I can understand why he did it, but at the same time, it's kind of racial deep profiling. So I believe that hopefully that he kind of learned a lesson about that, and maybe that, how can I word this? That, well, actually, no, I know how to word this. That if he had asked my wife if that was your husband, and I'm pretty sure I saw this person in the store multiple times when I was with my wife or whatnot. But the thing is if that was the case, then why would he wait, till last minute when I'm walking, out of Walmart across the street and going into my car to do that? So it was,
Up, up.
it was kind of a off the wall thing. So, so I feel waiting that long to do that. That kind of is like racial profiling. But maybe it was like, oh, he's still in this kid or whatnot. You don't know. Like, thing is, like you saw me with her before. It's not like I'm running. I'm just walking, holding my stepdaughter's hand. That's it. We're just casually talking. But I think that's all I got for right now. I had a lot on it, but I can't remember. So.
All right. Puppy, you want to make your debut? Nope. Okay. He's not going to make his debut. And then another incident that actually had happened was last year we went to my husband's hometown for Christmas to visit his family, and we had to go use the restroom. And so there we're having church because it was on a Sunday and we were getting ready to leave. And so I walked up to this lady. I was like, "Hey," I was like, "my daughters need to use the restroom. Can we please go in and use the restroom?" She's like, "Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead. It's right back here," and all this stuff. Well, I walked in and my husband had walked in. Well, then I noticed after we had walked to the restroom, like he wasn't behind us. And so as I walked out of the church, he can actually tell you the story of what happened.
Well, first and foremost, it wasn't like I had done anything to go in there. Like, I was specifically told I do not belong here, and so this was a Caucasian dominant church. And so now, where I'm from, I actually know that church, and it was kind of a shot in the dark to go in there, but I had the same thing in case I had to go to the bathroom. It was cold. But mind you, this was around Christmas time, so roughly, or not I said roughly around this year, but towards the end of this month or after Christmas Day. But so we had tried to actually go to to the arch, so that kind of gives you a hint. And basically, the arch was closed. Kids were cold, all that, and they weren't used to the weather. So we had gone to this church, which wasn't too far away, and basically that's what happened. I didn't have to go to the bathroom, which personally I didn't care. But the thing is, it's like leaving my wife unattended. Well, I'm not gonna say unattended, but leaving my wife alone when she's not familiar with the area kind of just, it struck me off as odd, and that made me a little nervous because I didn't know what was going to happen to her, if she was going to be like integrated and all this other stuff. But thankfully she didn't, so nobody said anything to her because I don't think they knew that she was with me, because maybe she did, because I think I kind of walked a little bit in front of them, but I held the door open, and I think they didn't realize that I was with them. I think that's probably what got them in safely. But regardless of the fact is that I couldn't go in, which is their right, it's their church. But I feel like if they did know, they probably wouldn't have let them in, just for the simple fact that I'm African American. But I really don't have any salty feelings about it. Honestly, if anything, I think it's dumb, but I'm not surprised. So it's something that I've dealt with when I was in the military, dealt with before I was in the military, dealt with when I was overseas, and dealt with still now. So it's kind of a bad thing, but the thing that really downs me, and this I can actually say the heart is, I guess for the next one is about to come up, is when people want to not say anything to me directly, but then they walk past and they start saying stuff to my wife, which is real disrespectful. But the thing is, if you have a problem with me, come address the problem with me. We can be civil about it. But it's real disrespectful when you say things as passing my wife, because my wife, and my kids don't need to hear that. So it's real immature and it's not right. But I'm pretty sure this nonsense is going to continue. But the positive outlook on it is that my kids got to go to the bathroom, and I learned something that, that inner strength, that inner willpower that I have not to do something I would regret is still there. And anybody will always deal with racism and interrelationship problems. Generally, this is what this is about, but I try to explain this in detail only because of the fact that the person who's going to get the shitty end of it most of the time is really going to be me. But at the same time, it's just like my wife doesn't need to hear a lot of this, because they're not going to say anything in front of me. They're not. It's going to be in front of her. And when they do, she's going to, so knowing her, she's going to be like, I told you,
let me tell you.
Let me tell you, da 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 da, and all this other stuff. And then I'm just going to have to hear it. I'm going to do an about face and go, what the F is going on? And just, from there. But it is what it is. So that's all I got from that one.
And that's the thing with me is, I grew up in a small town, so I dealt with, knowing there were certain people that were supposed to hang out with certain people and stuff like that. And yes, it does irritate me. Yeah, there are times when people have said stuff to me and I literally just walk away because I'm like, it's not worth it, be the bigger person. But he is right. One of these days, there's going to be one of those days, and God help me, to try and be civil and, not cause a scene, is someone's going to say something to me in front of our kids, and I'm going to end up saying something. So if you guys have ever been through a situation like this, whether it's being in an interracial relationship, a same-sex marriage, or just maybe you and your significant other are just complete opposites, and you've had to deal with people, giving you issues and stuff like that, let us know down below in the comments. And most of all, definitely stay strong and keep fighting.